Guards, I think, can do that. They're just not really getting good angles when they throw those passes, so they get more stolen.
Porter, Sloan, Meeks, who launches the three and gets it to go. Jody now 4 of 5 from outside the arc. He's got 18. They're in the Kentucky lineup along with Harrelson and Perry Stevenson. And a nice up and under move by Jacoby Hardiman, the junior out of Milwaukee. And that, as Porter put that one up, got a little frisky with that one, didn't he?
Well, that was a good 3 or 4 steps behind the three-point line.
And that basket at the other end, Kyle, by Hardiman, was the first Central Michigan field goal of the second half. They went almost 5 minutes plus without that. And for those of you at 5:50, as a matter of fact, and there you see Ramon Harris on the Kentucky bench. And boy, the frustration for him just continues, Kyle. You know, he had a collision with Porter. Then he took a shot in the back. And then he spasmed up on Friday, tried to play on Saturday, and could only play a couple of minutes after getting the start. And now is in street clothes tonight as he continues to be bothered by that back.
I think it's a good idea, though, to take a game off like this, see how it responds as they continue treatment. Hopefully, you know, getting back for next weekend, because SMAC teams have a reputation of being, it's a very physical league. Obviously, Central Michigan missing their 2 big studs in low post, but you know, better to not take a chance and hopefully getting back sooner than later.
Kentucky defense accounting for 2 big Central Michigan scoring droughts in this one. Kevin Kidd works the numbers for us. And Van tries to work inside and draws the foul. Central Michigan went 10 minutes and 22 seconds in the first half without a field goal. And then during a span here in the second half, they went 5 minutes and 50 seconds before getting their first basket of the second half.
And really not only not getting a field goal, but not really getting any good looks.
No.
It's not like they had a lot of open shots where they just missed shots, but the Kentucky defense has been excellent, recovering when someone does look like they're going to be open, to get out there and contest and make it a difficult shot.
And that free throw rolls off the front rim and falls in as Billy Gillespie looks on.
We've not seen Kevin Galloway in off the bench tonight either.
Galloway did not play the first half of Saturday's contest. Got some action in the second half, but as Mace said, nothing tonight.
Yeah, that was one more pass to the corner and would have had a wide open shot. Instead takes it out, runs a 2-man game.
Liggins gets bumped as Robbie Harmon is called for the foul. Galloway only played 3 minutes in terms of coming off the bench in the second half. And before that, he had started the previous 5 games.
And the reason I pointed that out, Dave, about Liggins taking it, trying to go one-on-one, he can do it in a game like this. Central Michigan talent level not as high, but when he gets in a bigger contest, a bigger school, more talented players, going to be much more difficult. And then all of a sudden it breaks the offense down and players start standing around watching each other instead of just making that next pass, staying within the offense and get a good shot.
There you take a look at Galloway, who was averaging 8 minutes a game and 1 point a contest coming in. And that foul on the previous play was called against Jeremy Allen. Liggins, I think, is taking the attitude of, okay, if you're going to try to draw some contact, we'll give you some contact.
There's a skip pass right there.
Sloan had a good look, but couldn't get it to go. And Bitzer tried to save it. And the Chippewas lose it in the front court. Their 11th turnover of the night.
Excellent hustle by Central Michigan, even though they're in a big hole. Bitzer diving for the loose ball, kind of got out of control, kicked it over to teammate, just couldn't get it in time as 2 players also there going for the loose ball. But DeAndre Liggins that last time did make that extra skip pass. You saw Kentucky had to wide open look. It just didn't go down.
Harrelson faces up and hits from the baseline. Weary gets the 3 ball to go. And look at Liggins hustle in the front court. Probably should have gone up with that shot.
The learning point there, Dave, you have to stay under control. Even when you make a mistake defensively, as Liggins did, you can't compound it by going the other end, trying to do too much to recover that. Just keep playing the game. Don't try to force the issue. You got enough good players around you. Let everybody make plays.
Hardiman got one last time down for the Chippewas. Meeks could not answer. And there's Sloan out in the passing lane again. And he knocked it off a Central Michigan player. 12th turnover of the night. And despite the spark he's added offensively, Kyle, Landon Sloan has been just as active on the defensive end.
He does a good job of staying in the right position. He obviously not the quickest and fastest player out there, but it does know where he's supposed to be on the floor and gets in the passing lane. If he's got a quick player that he's guarding, maybe gives him a little half step and stays right in position. Good high-low look there from the wing.
And Harrelson looking for his shot and making the most of it. As the lead goes back up to 27. Central Michigan led by 9 early in this game at 13-4. And the Cats' biggest lead has been 30. Allen has it roll out, and Kentucky pushing the tempo again. And while you've got to like the fact that Kentucky is pushing the tempo, they have not been the best at taking care of the basketball while they've done it in those last 3 or 4 trips.
Well, it just has to do with recognition. They're trying to create some opportunities that really aren't there. If you see that gap you thought you saw close, you've got to be under enough control to stop and pull it back out and move the ball.
And a whistle. And Meeks thought he had one. But they called a foul against number 55, Josh Harrelson. And their coach does not have the happiest look on his face, but his Cats still lead it 60-33. Time now for our Kentucky Farm Bureau all-around coverage. Defensive play of the game. Base it comes from the first half.
Well, we've had a lot of good defensive plays. The one we've chosen is just a good double team by A.J. Stewart, Michael Porter. Stewart grabbing hold of the ball and recognized Porter's taking off. Okay. And then Porter finishing by creating some space with his body to get the shot to go in, and also made the layup, the free throw, to get the old-fashioned three-point play.
And that's our Kentucky Farm Bureau all-around coverage. Play of the game. There you see Michael Porter, 12 points on 4 of 8 shooting. Hardiman kicks it back out to Bitzer, as you see the assist numbers. And Kentucky, in several areas that you really like to see, assists, field goal percentage, they're tops in the SEC, and there's no coincidence that those two stats go hand in hand. Cross court. They say that Miller stepped on the sideline right in front of Billy Gillispie, and he actually tapped the ball while he was in the air.
Yeah, I think the official may have anticipated he was coming down, but they're going to discuss it. So.
Now he just pointed both ways. Never had the ball in his hands.
Yeah, just missed that. It does happen. Officials do miss calls.
Kyle Macy's been waiting all season to say that.
We have proof.
Just ask for a little help, you know?
I think he did, but his partner didn't see it, so he didn't.
Saw it. Yeah. And there is another block, and they're going to call a goaltending on that one. The second time that Stewart has been called tonight for basket interference.
Yeah,
he's got 2 blocks.
Sorry, Dave. This time AJ gets caught. You see him just standing right underneath the basket. He's going to get called for that every time. He's got to move out onto the floor a little bit if he's going to get those blocks and not be called for the goaltending.
And back down into the offensive end come the Chippewas, and that's Jeremy Allen that gets the 9 minutes to play, a 30-point lead, now down to 21. Stewart